Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Galloway, and I will be leading us through our presentation today on 2D annotation excellence using Ideate Annotate Review. Now, before we jump into that, if you have questions about Ideate in general, or you would like to go back and review some of the 15 and 15 recordings, you can do that on YouTube. There is also a chat, so if you have questions during this webinar, you can add those to the chat. And Richard Taylor is in the background. He is going to handle those questions probably, as I will be busy with the presenting. But we'll have some questions possibly at the end as well. So let's go on from there. Like I said, we're going to cover Ideate Annotate today, which is one of the Ideate apps. There are a number of them that focused on particular things. Ideate Annotate is to review and check annotation. You can also do some tagging from there, but today we're going to talk about the review portion. Okay, so this 15 at 15, we focus pretty much on the getting started, and you can get to the getting started guide by going, once you launch Ideate Annotate, there's a little down arrow next to the help icon, and you can launch online help and find the getting started guide there. Okay, so about Ideate Annotate, again, there are some things that it does that we are not going to cover today, but review is going to help us with these 6 things primarily. And we're going to look at an example of pretty much all of these. We're also going to take a quick look at just kind of speak about the integrations with other Ideate apps. It's one really nice thing about Ideate is each tool kind of plays off of the strengths of others so that you can kind of weave them together to do nice synergistic things. All right. Well, let's jump in here to a view of Revit. And so we're going to jump over to the Ideate Software tab and launch Annotate. And we land on this Browse tab in Annotate, which basically just shows me everything that is annotation related, in this case in the active view. But I can pick other displays. I can look at the entire project or a current selection, something like that. I can also sort things by category and view, and I can use some integration with Ideate Align and some other filters. Which we'll come back to later on. But this Browse tab is just showing me everything in this particular view. Now, this is my starting page, so it's not particularly interesting. And when I click on Review, it doesn't have any issues. So it's definitely not interesting. So let's open a different view and see if we can find some issues to look at. Yeah, it says good job. So let's go down here and find this view, and since I've changed the active view, that's going to update, and good job unfortunately goes away, and we have a list of issues. So these are things that that Annotate has discovered that don't really fit within good standard practices. So we're going to take a look at a few of these. We're still on active view. Notice that there are some additional display types that we have on the Review tab. Again, those are mostly self-explanatory, and I'm going to stick with the active view for the time being. The sort is the same. The filter is pretty much the same with one addition of dismissed issues there at the top, but again, we're going to come back to that. So we're taking a look at these issues that we have here, and I'm just going to pick something here. We've got some blank tags. So let's see, we've got 4 wall tags that have the dreaded question mark because some parameter was not filled out. I'm also noticing right away that that tag is sitting right on top of a dimension string. So if we go up here to annotation clashes, and we take a look, okay, well, there's a dimension wall tag clash, but it's not this one because it's not highlighted already. There we are. That's the one. Okay. So we might be able to take care of this at the same time. So I'm just going to move that tag over there. And let's just hit refresh real quick since we're looking at just the active view. That's fairly quick. So we're down from 4 to 3 clashes. So that took care of that tag clash. We still have one more wall tag clashing, but we'll get to that in a minute. So let's go back to our original task, which was to solve the problem with the unpopulated type mark. So I'll just throw something in there real quick. Okay. Now let's refresh this real quick to see if that because that has the potential to maybe solve some of these other tags, and indeed it did. So I have no more blank tags. All 4 of those had to do with that one particular wall type, apparently. Okay. We do have some duplicate tags. All right, there's that one. And yeah, clearly right there, we've got another one that is exactly the same, not even that far away. Plus, again, we can see we've got a clash there as well. So let's just take this one and sure enough, same one, that remaining wall tag clash. Let's just delete that. And that takes care of our duplicate tags problem. And we're down to 2 annotation clashes. No more wall tag clashes. So if we look at our remaining clashes, we've got these 2 dimensions, this string going up through the middle here, and then we've got one across the top, which we've already dealt with. We moved the tag off of there, but it's also bumping into this. Well, there's the culprit right there. We'll just move that little chunk of annotation over, and that should now disappear. Yep, we're down to 1 annotation clash, which I think you can probably guess what it is. Sure enough, that was easy enough to discover. So we'll just take this and we'll move it over. Assuming that's the best way to resolve this problem. We'll drop it there. And I'm refreshing a lot here, but again, I'm taking advantage of the fact we're only looking at the active view. Now that entire category has gone away. I do not have any more annotation clashes. But I do have an elevation mark that doesn't have any views. So that's not something we want to keep. We'll go ahead and delete that. By the way, that is Ideate delete, smart delete. So it will warn us if we're going to have some downstream effects. So let's go back and take a look at a 0 length dimension. Wow, this same dimension string is the culprit again. I did not even notice that 0. It's a little hard to see, but fortunately, Annotate Review picked up on it. So I'm just going to edit a witness line, remove one of those. Apparently some things got moved closer together, aligned or whatever, and that resulted in that 0 dimension. So that solves that problem. And I'll just hit refresh again. Might as well keep doing that. And that entire category in Review goes away. So we're left with just a few things here kind of telling us that they're not visible. Now, I'm not going to handle it this way, but there is a little orange eye with a line through it there. It's Ideate X-ray. So if you're having trouble figuring out how to make something visible, then you could do it that way. In this case, Annotate's just offering, hey, let's show you the hidden elements. And there is that multi-category description tag, which I actually want to leave hidden. I don't want to make a change here. It's being flagged by Review, but it's not something I'm concerned about. So I'm going to select that issue and dismiss it. Okay. So that goes away. I'm going to kind of, just in the interest of time, ignore those other two things there, and we'll come back up here. And I just want to show you that even though you dismiss issues, you can come back and review them again later using that filter. Okay. And I think that's pretty much all. Well, I mentioned we're align and distribute. It uses Ideate Align, another integration. And there are below that dimensions with overrides. So if anybody tried to get a little lazy and override a dimension string, I've clicked on that. It takes a minute to go analyze that. And in this particular view, we don't have any. So we're good to go. But it's nice to know that we can hunt those down easily. Okay. Now again, this time we were concentrating on review. There is a tag tab here which is got enough content to it. Probably deserves its own 15 at 15. So we're gonna stop right there. Okay.
Thanks, Paul. That was great.
You bet. There is a survey that you can take, and if you want any more information, then there is ideatesoftware.com, or if you need support, there's the email address for that as well.
Support@ideatesoftware.com. Yep, right
Yes.
there. And this recording, there's also a special YouTube playlist for the 15 at 15 recordings as well.
Yes. Thanks, Richard.
So thanks, everyone.
Thank you.